Hello everyone, this is Serious Trivia. Welcome back to another episode of our Black Myth Wukong Let's Play. And we continue here with the soil deity, who's now the man trapped in the rock. And I'm here to purchase his last few items. And as we mentioned before, the ones we purchased were multiples of 648, these being 6,480. And this one was half the price. This is double that price, and we don't want to buy this because, as you can see, these drop as just fragments of gold, and you only can sell this for 6,000. So it's a absolute ripoff. But this item is useful. We can get 10% more will from, the mobs we farm. But there's no stat associated with it, so unless we're just purposely farming for will, we will not be using that. I think that's one of the Shuang that no longer moves. Yep. And there's only one area left for us to really explore before we hit up the final boss. And hopefully we'll find our last meditation spot in this area that we didn't explore before. And essentially we're headed back to where we started in our previous episode, except instead of going straight towards that hidden area, the kingdom in the past, we went that way. We want to go left, where we fought the two stone golems, and then we want to walk straight past that stage, and then we have an area that we didn't really explore yet. So this is where we fought Shi Gandang and the Shizenfeng, the rock vanguard, and the cursed rock golem with the Buddha head on its back. You can see the sandstorm is where we are going to have our final boss fight. We did go over here to pick up this shrine, and we can actually... I don't think we need the heal. Once we turn here, we have the Grand Excellency, the one that has the thunder spell, and I think he's glowing blue a little bit, so I think we can get a spirit. Ow, that's definitely a different version. How about you just stay put and don't summon anything? You can see the meditation spot up ahead, and given how much health he has, I definitely believe he is the one that would drop a spirit for us, which actually would refill our gourd. This hurts a lot. He's kind of off the map. I want him to get back over here, but he's so ranged, he doesn't really have to. So this is awkward. Okay, he's walking back. Good. Ooh, miss. Perfect. The rock blocked it for us, and we get to take him out. And we ran out of everything in our gourd, and we'll get it all back here after we get the spirit. And we'll also meditate here. This is the final meditation spot. Now the path below, that slippery sand, the quicksand that goes down, we actually haven't gone through this area yet, and we need to take that trip down. We get our mana refilled, and we get a full heal on these meditation platforms. That's nice. Now, I think this is a dead end. I don't know if we can hop down to that path from here. But as you can see, we're supposed to slide from over here all the way down. And as we go down these structures on both sides, we can actually jump off and into these structures, and they are collectibles and also enemies, as you can see. 2 archers. It'd be really nice if we could jump down from here, but I don't think that's a valid path, so we're just gonna have to go find that entrance. almost missed this. Mana cap increase? That's the only thing we're missing. Yep. Alright, so we found all 3 of these as well. And now the mana matches the stamina. I think this is going to bring us to that path. The start of our slide. Alright, let's do this. And we want to go towards these guys. Now, as you might have noticed, oh, no, we don't want to go that way. Can I jump? Oh, it's not letting me. There we go. Oh, I landed on the rock. I might have. Oh, I got up. Phew. Okay, so our special item is now switched to, I guess, the pearl that stops wind, and the passive effect is it gives us slight damage reduction. When we use it, it'll give us a greater damage reduction in a short period of time, and we won't be affected by any wind. And it also has special effect against particular opponents, in this case, the Yellow Wind Sage. We just picked up the Grand Excellency, and we get to use the staff to shoot out a beam of lightning at the enemy. Also slightly increase our lightning damage if we're going with some sort of lightning build. See that chest down there? If we don't hop off, we won't get it. And there's also annoying archers on the way. On both sides. So we want to definitely wait out some of the shots. Maybe do a little twirl. Well, now he's dead. Can I open? I think the game stops damage when you... we need to get the interaction, though. There we go. Just some upgrade materials and some fragments of gold. At this point, we can resume our ride and just ignore the ones on the right side. I believe we've been here already. And we just have to open that gate to start our fight. So it's time to heal. I think we got everything in this stage. Took us a lot of time and a lot of tries, but we got through it. We can craft this set. Is it better than what we have? Ours revolve around perfect dodges, which helps with cooldown. This one's going to give us slightly more defense. I'm not sure if this is the way for us, though. There's also no 4-set piece because we don't have the armor for it. We can craft all 3 pieces that we are given right here. But I'm not going to wear it. It's inspired by the beetle that we killed. We'll keep the set that we have on. I believe we also have enough resources. Oh, we don't have enough money, but we have enough resources to craft this dragon-themed staff. But it's for the standing stance, and we're not using that one, so not going to touch that. We do have the material to upgrade this to tier 5. Ooh. I think we do it. It's been old reliable. I don't see a reason why we should deviate. I know the frogs will become very good once we get the final upgrade, but that has to go through all the stages, so it's more of a new game plus bonus. I think we're going to stick to our very first one. We need another 虚空劫, so one more of that, we can get it maxed out. Alright, all the preparations are done. Let's open the gates. I actually think we've been here before because there's other entrances. This is the third one. We actually entered from there and from there. And now we're finally prepared to fight the final boss in the wind. There's sage, there are thieves, there are mountains, there are valleys. If there's mountain, there's valley. There's like a disparity between the heaven and earth, and there's blood and violence. It's not something you can escape from. He's holding the Buddha head. And we're just gonna start off by using this, although I think we need it later for... We can stop the wind, but we cannot stop his trident. That's okay. I have no intentions of stopping the trident. Got the parry off. Another parry. He's using the winds again. Is he just in the shadow form now? I might have picked a really bad time to transform. Oh, he's back. Wasted some of our energy for transformation, but it's okay. He's on fire. Oh, we got comboed. Okay, we're not dead, so it's fine. Pull back. Heal. Oh, he summons a sand version of the beetle. And then comes in with a trident. And we're gonna just freeze him. To heal a little bit when he's down. That was a parry, but his animation kind of overrode that. Oh, not again. I hope we don't die from this. Might be close. Let me heal twice, please. Okay. And then he comes in with a slash. Oh, this is a bad timing for us because I don't think I can hit him. Wait. Alright. Kinda got a feel for his moveset a little bit. Might take us, I feel like, a couple more tries. I don't think we saw all his moves. The start was really good. And then I think from when we transformed, the timing was pretty off. I'm not sure when we should use the bead or the pearl that we have, because I don't sense the impact of the wind. I don't know if that's because we used it in the beginning, or does he have that later on where we're going to need the help from the bead and we're not going to have it off cooldown. Not sure. Says, oh wow, we're like a sick, bony little thing, which kind of match Wukong's description in the novels. Right now I don't think there's wind, so I'm not using the pearl for now. We'll use it later. Right here. He summons the wind, and now we use it. There we go. Ding Feng Dan, how did you get it? Well, you helped us get it in the past, you just don't know it. Oh, that's a waste. I think we just have to wait this out. I don't think we can hit the Sand Spirit. I'm not sure. Yeah, we wait for the real one. Ah, he timed that one perfectly. Ow. Ow. We're fine. He doesn't follow up right away. We get a chance to heal up. Didn't dodge out of it. Alright. I think it's time to burn you. Alright, we got the fire on him before I timed out, so... And then we'll drink when he's down. That should have been a parry. Those who kill their master, the old ones will not let us go. Yeah, he's talking about the fact that he killed his master, basically. There's a tornado around, which might be annoying. We don't have enough mana for freeze again, but oh, that hurt. But we might want to utilize the damage reduction one. Oh! So we end up getting caught by the tornado, huh? Tornado's coming. Yeah, this range one is kind of tough. He's keeping his distance pretty hard on third phase. I think we hold the special item until he summons the wind, just like this time. I think that's the right way to do it. Gonna take damage reduction, gonna take slight increase to damage, and I think I have a good feel for him, and we'll see if we can beat him on this attempt. I think we got 10 light hits on him, so this should last quite long, and we also got some extra damage, so we just broke it. We ran out of stamina there, or else I should have actually parried that. Ow. Alright. Hold on. This is when you use it. Yeah, might as well heal. Can stop the wind, but can't stop my trident. Alright, he's now just dodge this. Oh, we still live, I think. Just got caught in this combo. Just back up and heal. Only twice, and then dodge this. And then we do want to close the gap. It's gonna come right back. Oh, wrong move! Want to do this? Hit the wrong button. That means I mean, same amount of mana, because we don't have enough mana for another freeze, so it was going to be that anyways. He's doing the summon of the tornado. No problem. We still have Guangzhi in this case, plenty of heals. We want to stay close because he's got that long range. Oh, the tornado came over here. It's okay. We're fine. We're fine. Because we got Guangzhi. Ow, ow. Guangzhi's like not a timely summon. Tornado. Alright, Guangzhi's not going to help very much. Probably going to need Jinshi for the last hit. There we go. Foul disciple, foul disciple. Stole my head, still. You had a good time here in the ridge. Lingzi's gonna put his head back on.
A弥陀佛。 小施主，老衲乃是小须弥山之主，法号灵吉，
He's introducing
也是这
himself,
蜀妖的看管之
the
人。
warden of this rat
大
monster.
圣陨后，
After
六根不
Wukong
灭，
fell,
散落到了世间。
The sixth sense
这贼
scattered to the
鼠
world.
私下寻得其中一根，
This rat
因
monster
自
found
身修
one,
为有限，
but he
难以
can't
炼
absorb
化，
the strong energy,
于是生了歹心。
so he
我不慎
cut my head.
中了他暗算，连头颅也被他一并
I think he
割
wanted to
去，
use the head to try
做了
to
存放
absorb the
根
energy,
器，
right,
修
as a
炼
container
邪法的
for
容器，
one of the six senses. So he should have it in
连
his
带
head.
黄风岭再次生灵涂炭，我之罪也。
It's like it's my fault that chaos returned back to the
此
Yellow
番
Wind
重
Bridge.
回大道，全赖施主智勇无双
It's，like now that returned
这世上
back to the path
应
of
只有
enlightenment
施主
because we did it,
有资格保
and
全
we're the only
此
one
物
who can keep this.
来吧，
Come,
替我收好它。
protect it well. Another sense returned. Well, this looks like a sun, which is a music instrument made of clay. A different animation style. It's almost like claymation. So that's a little book basket. So I'm guessing he's a traveling scholar. And he sees a wolf who got trapped and injured. Abandoned his books. I think this is actually stop motion, like animation style wise. These are like little miniature figures. Oh, the fox turned into a human form. The start of a love story. Oh, her hand is injured. Wasn't it a hind leg though? Shouldn't it be like a leg in the back, not her hand? She's pregnant. Oh, she's giving birth. And their son's going out to be a traveling scholar. He comes back. So this is usually when you score really well, you're welcome back. And now he's grandparents. And has a huge estate. Oh. Oh, his grandkids are killed. His son is dead and his wife did it. After all these years? Oh, it's a nightmare. He's still young. Oh, he's just got it. He dreamed about that entire life. So is it actually a fox monster or is it not? We got the string, a 3-string lute back. He killed it, made it a pelt. Just in case, right? Man. The risk and reward trade-off. Back to being a scholar, returning to the same life.
人也，兽
Humans, monsters, or
佛也
beasts,
妖也，
Buddhists,
众生
monsters,
自有根基，
all living
是
things have
优
their
劣
own
为次
senses
第，可
and they're
乱来
ranked
不得。
in order.
你说
Cannot
对吗，
Mix up the ranking.
孙悟空？
Do you think it's right, Wukong? Lingji is the narrator there. So I think this has something to do with, well, the story itself doesn't really link with the same story. We'll talk about it later. Did you find the ancient kingdom? Did you get knocked off the bridge by the Huchang? Did you see the golems fight each other? We got everything though. It says, the more you greed over collecting everything, the more you might miss something. Rats and tigers are the same. Not destined for greatness, but doesn't follow the way planned by the greater powers. It's like, just listen. In the wind, all you hear, we get the sense of hearing. All you hear are voices of unfulfilled desires. People who want things. Now, we get to pick one of the abilities from the sense of hearing, much like we picked one for rare materials, another weapon crafting material, and then a lot of just base material that we need, as well as one that can increase our stat. And we get this beautiful painting. So going back a little bit, there's very few narration in the ending animations, quite different from the first one, which actually covers the story that we just experienced, whereas this one is more or less a separate story, kind of just trying to teach a lesson. Lingji is the narrator for it, and he's asking Wukong in sort of a rhetorical sense that, you know, humans, beasts, monsters, Buddha, all mortal beings have a ranking in the world. And I guess this is sort of the simplified version of, if you're putting yourself in Buddha's shoes, then everything is ranked, right? In reincarnation, you can reincarnate into 6 different type of things, and it's ranked to, you know, good to bad, depending on how much good you did in your life, right? It's based off your karma. So whatever you end up being born as, you're kind of ranked. It's almost like why we see ideas like caste system still existing in India today, although that is pretty much Hinduism, but they do share a lot of the same roots. Essentially, the order of not nature, but destiny, the fact that you're born as a fox, right? You're ranked beneath humans. If you're a monster, you're ranked beneath Buddha. That's just the way it is. You cannot fight it. And Lingji is reminding that Wukong, you can't be the one to challenge like the Celestial Court. You can't be the one to challenge Buddha, because that's going against the way of nature. But a lot of the Chinese mythology, at least, including Journey to the West, is about people overcoming the supposed destined ways that you should be. Although the end cinematic here, it's also more about how sometime, you know, the risk-reward trade-off. He dreamed of massive rewards, right? He falls in love with this fox who becomes a beautiful lady, although we don't know if that's going to happen, right? It's all in a dream right after the day of rescue, and they have kid. Their kid is going to come back from the imperial exam, ranking at least top 3 to get that treatment, where the government sends him back in a very nice fancy red cloak. There are people who comes with him, basically telling everyone in your village that, you know, this man scored top 3, and it's going to end up, you know, being a government official soon. And then he goes on to have 2 kids, seeing like a son and a daughter, which is often seen as a very complete family. I mean, you get one of each gender essentially. And then in the end, after all those years, after falling in love, he sees the fox reverting back to feasting on humans, his own family. And the risk of having that ending is just too much to bear, right? The fear of loss is often far outweighed how much we can gain, right? This is a common, like, even financial theory, kind of my background, but right, you go out there and you win $100 versus you lose $100. The actual value is the same, but how you feel about it is vastly different for humans. So that kind of, you know, thought process, basically. All right, let's check out this artwork because we can probably zoom in and find some interactions as well. This bird-like figure, like first half the body looking like a 菩萨, bottom half with talons and wings, is probably a Lingji. And this is the dragon staff that was gifted to him by Buddha. And you can see the dragon head. He or she. A lot of 菩萨 are drawn with a female look, like Guan Yin, but technically they're he. But regardless, this is Lingji not giving up the staff, but using the staff. And out from the staff, the dragon comes to life, which we can see quoting right here. That's the ability of the staff, and it's supposed to be capturing the yellow wind sage, which is right here. And we can see the tiger vanguard, the two-headed rat. What else is down here? That's the beetle with Fuban with the Buddha head on the back. And then the rat kingdom, right? I believe that's the black dragon we fought down there with the drum, which is usually used to symbolize how thunder happens. The thunder god hits a drum and it creates the sound. We'll interact with all these. I just want to check it out. I'm guessing this is, it's a guy wearing a tiger pelt, which makes me feel like he's the swordsman. Right, the gust of sandstorm. I do wonder who are these characters that are blown into the wind, because they don't look like monsters actually. And then Wukong with the Dingfeng Dan to stop the wind, the two gifts from Buddha to control this monster. I'm guessing from the banners, like the Celestial Court are sending people to contain the monster. Yes, that is actually Guan Yu. There are 4 officers who help the king of the heavenly king of the Southern Gate, Guangmu, guard the Southern Gate, and Guan Yu is one of them. Every faith in China claims Guan Yu as a deity, and you see him here as well. So we basically have the Celestial Court observing. Oh, that is a very traditional look for like the Thunder God of hitting the drum. And the face is kind of like monkey-like. Sometimes Wukong get called a Thunder God, not in a good way. Usually meant to depict how ugly his face is in the novel. Is that... Oh, that is the Zodiac Pig. 狂风大圣. The Yellow Wind Sage. Alright, let's check out all these interactions. We'll start with Lingji here. I've saved him, I punished him, I hid from him, and he hid from me. Huh. He's depicting, I guess, him losing his head. He's saying like, so what if I have this powerful staff if I get tainted by the mortal desires? I guess this is his desire of getting prayed to by the people of the sands, because the moment they stop praying to Buddhism deities, he's the one who sent the monster to punish them. And I guess he realizes the fact that he got his head cut off also has something to do with I guess 因果 karma. Since the founding of the world, we see many wind, but this wind is, different. Right. There's a huge poem in the novel depicting how strong the wind is, and this is sort of copying some lines from it. It's such a strong wind that each of the 菩萨 lost their mount. And I think they're using this in the novel to describe how the lion mount and the elephant mount of the two other Pusa got lost and eventually became monsters in a later trial for the journey. Because the wind blows so hard, even the Pusa can't stay on their mount to depict how strong his wind ability is. And which is why you need these two, or in this particular sense, this particular magical item to stop this wind. Let's check out, I guess that would be the Rat King. What? You can believe anything, but why did you believe in a monster? Not following the heavenly way? Of course you get punished by the heavens. Yeah, so clearly Lingji is the one who cursed them to become rats. And it's because they, decided to honor the rats as a main faith. Let's see if the... Oh, what is this squid? What is this random, like... Well, I guess the bottom is depicting the sea. As you can see, waves, frog, snail, pearl, little fish, and a random squid. And then here are the land animals. And then more fish. That's a beet. It's a type of turtle. It's a soft shell one. This is the hard shell one. And then the dragon of the sea. So the wind is... Alright, so this is depicting the wind is so strong it's causing chaos everywhere. Right? Even into the sea, into the realm of the dragon, into the celestial court. Okay. And that poem also covers that. It's from the novel. The novel poem is so much longer. To the Taoist deity. Right. The four... Oh. This is the mount. It's his mount. It's like, okay. We can replay that. So, Shouxing is... Oh, maybe we can't replay that. But it's fine. I remember what he said. Shouxing is the Taoist deity for longevity. He is the one you pray to for wanting to live longer. And his mount is a deer. And other one is Taishan Laojun, whose mount is a cow. It's another Taoist deity. He's the one who threw Wukong in the cauldron. And then the two Pusa, who has the blue face lion as a mount and the big white elephant as a mount. So everyone has a mount, he's saying. And this bug is a mount of someone. I wonder who. Maybe the one who turns into a bird, controls an insect, and that's actually his mount. And that's why he's been sent with his face to go punish the rats. Or I guess they're not rats yet at that time, but eventually becoming rats. This kind of feels like the story of the kid who was sick and went down a well, but I'm not sure. Monsters eat humans, humans eat humans, and they eat it even more mean or even more cruelly. The fair trade under the well, how is it different from, human life? Yeah, this is everything, but that is quite true. So essentially, that's the dad who's helping out the tiger. He's dressed as a tiger because I guess they're calling him Hu Chang. But anyways, he's luring people down the well and they're all dying in there. I guess those are bodies. And you can see the skulls behind just to try to save his son. And he's saying, it's a fair trade. The tiger needs to eat. And he's helping lure food to the tiger. A monster eating humans. And he says, so humans eat humans. Not like literally consuming, but we kill each other all the time. And he's saying, and when humans kill humans, it's often a lot worse than when monsters eat it. At least they're sort of doing it for cultivation, for necessity. It's not for no reason. Right? It's when you see animals hunt other animals, they do it for kind of the natural way. And sometimes when humans kill animals, sometimes it's just for sport. Wait, that's an Easter egg for Wukong? That's Wukong as the celestial stable master in the background with the celestial horses, I think. And these drawings are really top notch. All right, so what we can do before we advance to the next chapter is pick our sense. So we can pick from one of three. As you can see, we can't go back and switch it, but what you can do is every time you play a New Game Plus, you can go in and pick another one. So after 2 more rounds of New Game Plus, you get every single ability from the senses, and then if you play another New Game Plus, you actually unlock an Easter egg in that you get more nodes, or a slight increase to your stance bar. And if you get into that sort of 5th tier of the stance bar, your ability becomes Wukong's ability, and they become ridiculously strong. And it's just something you can pursue if you want to play multiple rounds. So that instrument there, this one's a bird. I think it's 喜鹊, right? 眼见喜 means your eye sees good fortune. 喜鹊 as a bird. I mean, I don't think 喜鹊 looks exactly like this. This one looks kind of rare. It also has the 2 iris in the eyes. But 喜鹊 is supposed to be a bird of auspicious signs. When you see it, it means good things going to happen to you. Or 听怒 is what you hear might make you angry. The instrument here is pretty classically Chinese. It's called sun. It's made from clay. They would have to craft it and then go through the furnace process and comes out as an instrument. There are similar instruments in other culture. I know, for example, South America have this instrument too. I think Peru. I don't know what it's called, but it's very similar. You play it with the holes, kind of like with any woodwind instrument, like a flute or anything. You, depending on which ones you cover, it makes different notes. For our purpose, let's see what the bonuses are. Our 听八方, being able to hear from all directions, and oh, okay, so if we switch between stances, the first move you do when you're swapping stances, like for example, we tried this before, if we're switching to the standing stance while we're from another stance, we start to charge the standing pose, and that's your first kind of stance switching move. When you do that swap, you get a short time of invincibility that you can actually time to survive moves, right? So like if you see a move's about to hit you and you hit the switch stance button, you can actually kind of become invincible to that and just kind of override the damage. This slightly increase that timing so that you can do it a little bit easier. 如撞金钟, as though hitting a golden bell. 可转正对手. Oh, wow. Okay. So it shortens the amount of time our invincibility spell, the one that turns us into like a metal, that we can knock back and sort of stun the enemy. If they happen to hit it when we use it, there's a recoil effect on them where we kind of stun them for a little bit. It reduces the time they get stunned. But if we are still able to get a proper stun, as in like the time frame where we can get a perfect stun on them, if we do pull it off, we get half of the mana back. Kind of interesting trade-off. I'm going to pick this one. It's pretty straightforward. After a perfect dodge, within a short amount of time, our attack damage is increased, which I think works quite well for how I'm playing in particular. And the quote is, wind blowing by the ear. Alright, not bad at all. And we have some new upgrade path. No, I want to see the path that we just unlocked right here. 雕鼠, Sable as the end. I mean, of course, we just beat the boss. Let's see what we get. 7% crit chance, more damage, the 4th hit of our 5-hit light combo, as well as the moving twirling can summon a sandstorm around us and also slightly increase our AoE. So basically we have a little area effect and increase the damage. That's actually pretty cool, and the crit chance is nice. We might switch over to this if we get enough will, which just might require a little bit of farming. No big deal. That's it for the staff. Right, we have this because I'm not wearing it. I wonder how we get the armor piece for it, though. We bought this, but I don't really plan on using it, at least not anytime soon. We can unlock more slots for accessories, but that's later on. Once we can, we'll definitely do it. This is to get the staff that we just saw. And we get our final piece. 黄风大圣, the Yellow Wind Sage. The fire of the stove burns, and the table is filled with drinks and food. The second son of the sand is holding someone's leg. Oh, right, he's eating something. He's like a chicken leg, but who knows what leg he's eating, but he's feasting. And the king of the sand is sitting quietly next to his son, setting up a feast. During feasts is when he likes to tell on people, but today he's been quite silent. So I think this is a feast with the Yellow Wind Sage, right? He's their leader, and this is usually when the king of the sand complain and tell on people of like who wronged him, but today he's rather silent. The Tiger Vanguard is also very polite and eating, very with nicety, although he's staring at the dumb son eating, so right, because he's holding someone's leg, just chewing down. The second son's kind of dull and mentally challenged, so he's just eating his own sense. But the Tiger Vanguard is acting quite polite here, hasn't even touched the food and alcohol in front of him. The Yellow Wind Sage is sitting on Tai Shi. It's a pretty nicely constructed big wooden chair, symbolizing his status. And one of his hand is touching a statue of Buddha's head with his eyes closed. So I'm guessing this is the head he cut off, right? He's touching it. He's not saying anything, as though he's thinking about something. Something's on his mind. And just as this is happening, the second son, the prince, says very loudly, "Dad, I'm done eating." And everyone stares at him. The king of the sand, scolds his son and immediately gets down the ground, bows down, pleading and saying, "We're so sorry." The son's, impolite here. And the Yellow Wind Sage says it's nothing, as he put his hand on the forehead, the top of the head of Lingzi's head. And he finally spoke. He spoke, "It's nothing." He stands up and says, "I stolen my master's most precious thing, and using it, I can definitely, dissolve, digest, absorb, that thing," talking about Wukong's sense. "From today on, I need to shut myself and meditate and cultivate and try to figure out how to absorb Wukong's sense. I need peace and quiet. Those in the heavens always say they have a plan, so we need to be careful and put in extra precautions." He's fearful that the heavens will come down and try to, obviously get back the head and punish him. And the king of the sand says, "If my king wants to meditate, me and my citizens are willing to move out of our cave and protect the king by being close by, as he suggests, in a very, suck up manner." And the Yellow Wind Sage, looking at his teacher's head, says, "Nearby," and says, "No, you guys move up to the ridge. I'm going to be activating the Yellow Wind formation. No one's going to come and disturb my meditation." And then he says, "If we can't see our king, how do we report matters to you?" The Yellow Wind Sage points to the Tiger Vanguard, says, "Tell your Stone Brother," the Stone Vanguard, right? The Tiger Vanguard is one who convinced the Stone Vanguard to stand down, and there's no reason to resist the Yellow Wind Sage, or else Yellow Wind Sage is going to wipe you, right? He sent the Tiger Vanguard to go fight him, but the Tiger Vanguard was able to negotiate the terms and tell him just move all your stone buddies out the ridge, give the mountain to the Yellow Wind Sage. You guys just guard the Buddha head, perverted stone golem, and everyone be fine. But now the Yellow Wind Sage is saying, "Go tell your stone buddy, fix a couple of sand paths." So I guess the flowing sand were created by the stone monsters. and every path need to be locked by a stone gate or a gate. You two will be my vanguard. Each of you will have a piece to open these gates. So the Tiger Vanguard kneels down and receives this command. This time the Sand King, the rat, says, "My king, our relationship with that big cat is not so, good. If he's worried once the king goes away, if the Tiger Vanguard start picking on the rat, what can they do?" And the Yellow Wind Sage doesn't want to hear it. He hugs the Buddha head and stops the Rat King. "Everyone out. If it's not something big, don't come and disturb me." So he feels like that's a minor issue, whether the tiger and the rats get along, which is why we see the Tiger Vanguard sitting in his little temple and feasting on tributes of rats every day. And we got our 6 points. We got everything. I think that was a good end to stage 2. These stages are getting bigger. Stage 3 is going to be bigger than stage 2. And the story is going to get wilder as well. So hope you guys enjoyed it. And we'll come back here next time and advance to the next chapter. So until then, bye.